All right, problem 2.9, still metric, part origin, symmetric about, well, let's just call it the top plane. The lines, center lines, circles, trim, rectangles. Yeah, probably I'll go ahead and put it in there. If you want to use the trim, go ahead, but I already mentioned that I don't trim that often, so um, if you are interested in trim, watch the previous video. There were a little bit of a discussion there. So um, on the geometry side, nothing too crazy. We probably will try um, the circle, and then maybe mirroring the holes just to revisit some of those topics. But there's no crazy dimensions there that we need to worry about. So it is at the center of the back center of the hole on the part. So front plane, circle. I'm going to go right into the smart dimensions. So that was, let me escape. That was draw the circle, right button, just because it's habit, and smart dimension. All right, we can always come back up to the command manager, and that dimension is a diameter of 7. So that one's pretty big. So that little flicker is that auto scale thing when we start the sketch. Um, because I'm going to use the symmetry, or at least have it for um, the capabilities. So let's see, a 17. Oh, they did finally did a min condition. All right. We're going to go horizontal infinite length, and I'm going to place that on the origin. Go ahead and hit OK. OK again. All right, so one of those instances where my infinite length center line, I'm just going to try and drag it away, which forces it to solve. Probably could leave it, but um, it's blue. The blue lines do annoy me, so anything that makes your life easier, you're going to want to take a second and work with it. So work it out. All right, so the right click and select midpoint. Now, if I'm moving along, I should be able to select the midpoint that way, but a lot of times I don't want to search for it. I just want to select it. Hold down the control button, and because of the symmetry, we're going to make that midpoint coincident to the center line we just created. All right, so we're going to add a few dimensions, and then we'll talk about the arc, because we'll go 17 is back from that part 28, and the overall is 26. Okay, so the arc, let's get that out of the way. We've done center point arc, tangent arc, not really the 3-point arc. This is a good spot to do the 3-point arc because I really don't know where the center is. Radius of 12 isn't that big, but it does give us the option to also use the symmetric relation. So a 3-point arc is going to start, and I'm going to left click and drag to the end point, which is also coincident with that line. And then the dot 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 says grab that arc and put it somewhere a little closer to position. Then we can either escape or select. All right, so it's able to move up and down. I'm looking for that coincident to the center line. We're going to put the radius of 12, which it got a little bit bigger. So this we need to adjust the size or the length. All right, so it doesn't, yeah, we're not going to have to worry about symmetry because it picked that, and that point are already coincident. Okay, so the reason that we're picking perimeters most of the time is because I don't want to do math. I want to pick that arc and pick that circle and go, wow, that's a really nice number. Whatever it is, I'm fine with it. let's come over to the leaders and tell it that I need a min condition and a min condition. All right, if I do the center points, then I'm going to be doing, all right, so diameter 7, so 3.5 plus 3 plus 6 plus something to come up with that number. All right, if I go ahead and just do that, then I end up with a number. All right, the shortcut, should you decide to go that way, is that when you are applying the dimension, if you hold down the shift button, it will go min, min, or max, max, min, max, whatever you're telling it to do, and you end up with the same result just a little bit quicker. You don't have to go to the leaders, don't have to scroll down if it's not showing, and get to the min condition. At any time, once you've applied I think it was 2.3, I used the example that if somebody broke that flange and we can't order another one because the machine's 50 years old and they don't make it anymore, and we have to reverse engineer it so we can manufacture one, I'm probably going to sit there with calipers, measure to the outside, get a number that's close, and use my max conditions or my min conditions to verify that, that geometry. So whatever makes it easier. All right, so circle and circle, close enough. We're going to go select the center point, control select the center point. Those will be horizontal. Select the perimeter or the circumference of the circle. We're going to make those equal. And we need some dimensions. So let's go to 5. And we, looks like that one's going to be vertical 2. So select the center point of the two circles and go vertical. And then it was 5 also off of the top. So let's do that real quick. All right, and then our diameter is a diameter of 3. All right, so we did the mirror. We'll do the mirror entities first. We're going to select the two objects. The mirror about will show us the preview, and you can go ahead and accept it at this point and it will be just fine. The faster, once you get used to the logic, is to select, control select control select one more time when you hit mirror. It just does it. If you're happy with it, leave it. If you're not, if it didn't do what you wanted it to do, you can always hit the undo and do the mirror entities the other way. So let's go into the extrude, and this being that infinite length center line, this is one of the places that if we have to do, yeah, we'll probably have to do the contour and regions because I have those multiple items. That infinite length center line is participating, so I do need to make 2 selections. I don't want to go to the contour because then I'm just going to get, you know, pretty much the whole box. That doesn't really help me here. So we go ahead and hit accept, and we have our geometry. Okay, so volume 1273, mass properties. And I don't know, I could argue the rounding on that, but that's still pretty darn close. We will take that. So let's make sure that we save it, 2-8. Sorry, 2-9. We just did 2.8, and we go ahead and call this one good.